Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. And today I'd like to talk about the Patek 5227. That's right, that's a magnificent release for Patek Philippe, where they released this piece at Bezel 2013. And it's really such a beautiful piece. The 5227 carries on from the work that was done with a long line of Calatravas. It started with the 3998, which was a very classic Patek Calatrava. This was a model which was available in the 80s, 90s, and they increased the size of this piece in the early noughties, 2002. They released the 5107. And it was quite a revolutionary piece because it had, for a Calatrava, it had the classic design of the 3998 with the smooth sort of rounded bezel, the Delphine hands, the stick markers, and the date feature. But the 5107 was a larger size. It was 37 mils, which is quite big for a three-hand Patek automatic. And it also had crown guards, which is an amazing thing for a sports watch to possess. And these crown guards, you've got to remember the era in which the 5107 was released. The Patek 5110, that's the world time, it was released in year 2000. So 2002, the fashions at the time, the crown guards was very much a thing you would put onto the piece. And it was the 5107. I myself have a magnificent 5107 in white gold, which I love. And over time, that piece became the 5127. The most visibly differing feature is the actual bezel itself. On the 5107, it's smoother, it's flatter. On the 5127, it's got a more rounded type of bezel. They also then changed the movement. It went from a 315 Patek movement to a 324, which is basically a faster beat, just an improvement. So it's the same, it's very similar movement, just a natural progression. In 2013, which is nearly 10 years since the release of the first 5107, they did something completely revolutionary. They dropped the crown guards. However, they increased the size of the case to a record for a simple Calatrava. They increased the case to 39 mils. And they also installed a very, very clever innovation. The seamless, very, very seamless display back. So you had it was a really wonderful thing. It's like an officer's case back, which opens up to display the movement, but it has a sapphire crystal on, so the movement would never get damaged. And this is very much an innovation from the old pocket watch days, and it's quite a beautiful progression. The interesting thing is the 5227 is quite an expensive piece. It sells for the white gold version and rose gold about $37,000 US. The yellow gold's a little bit cheaper, about $35,000 US. So you're getting into quite expensive territory. You're getting into territory which for the next rung up, you can get a 5146 annual calendar. But the 5227 is certainly not a it's not a piece you buy if you can't afford an annual calendar. It's a piece you buy because it is just stunning and beautiful. And what's my own view on it? Well, I think it's really, really interesting to see these developments. I love my 5107, but I've got to say, this 5227, what a magnificent piece. It's a no compromise, no apologies, beautiful gentleman's dress watch. I think myself, my own opinion, I think it might be getting a little bit big. I don't really, when a thing gets bigger, it starts to lose some of the key attributes. And one thing I don't like is the dots that go around the dial. It's on the 5107, it doesn't have the dots near the date, but on the 5227 you do have that. I really did love the crown guards. I thought that was just a very modern interpretation of a classic dress watch. So I do feel a little bit sad that they've dropped them. I love that feature because I really do love the World Time. I think the World Time is a spectacular piece. And I think in many ways the 5227 is the natural progression of the 5107, the 5127, and it becomes the 5227. So I'm really quite pleased with this innovation. It's more evolutionary rather than revolutionary. The sizing there, well, things are getting bigger. I was interestingly enough, I was looking at some 90s catalogues for Patek, and that's going back 20 years ago, and the sizes were very much 33 mils for three-hand Pateks, like a Calatrava, 36 mil for a complication like a 5035 or a 3940 or 3970. So the sizes have certainly gotten bigger. We're demanding bigger sizes. It's got a lot of flair to it. The 5227, it's got that wow factor. You look at it and you just want to strap it on. I think it is gorgeous, and I think it's a great development. I'm very proud to have my 5107. I wouldn't personally trade it in, although I could very nicely add a 5227 to the collection. I wouldn't be inclined to get rid of my 5107 because I really do love that piece. But it's an interesting development, and I'm really pleased that Patek has done that development. And on the plus side, I think 5107s will rise in value. They're a cool size. They got the crown guards. They were made for a short time, and now they've been stopped. I think 5107 and 5127 will rise in price. The 5227, it's really up the ante. It's made the Calatrava, it's taken it to the next rung while still retaining all the great attributes and without going over the top. It's a very discreet gentleman's watch, and I think they've done a magnificent job. I'm a huge fan of the 5227. However, I got to be honest with you and say I probably prefer my 5107 with its history and rarity. But I got to tell you, the 5227, if anyone wants to make me a friend for life, if you gave me one of those, hey, I'd lose a small finger for a 5227. I think they're a beautiful piece. I'm Archie Luxury. I've just done a comparison between the 5127 and the 5227. Tell me what you think.